Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Elena, and today I thought I was gonna do a follow-up video for one of the videos I posted earlier, which was that sometimes in life you'll find that you'll be around certain people or around certain environments where you have to speak your truth. Speak your truth and leave no stone unturned. And that is, for anyone who's watched that video, it's basically saying, like, sometimes we have soul contracts where, like, you are the one that will have to say something to that person that you're around. Because there's something about your soul where you speak up, they hear you. That, or they don't have anyone else that has that unique perspective that you do to share it with them. And how important it is to follow your intuition when it comes to speaking up and sharing what it is that you need to say. Maybe that is that you need to call them out on their behavior. Even though it can be uncomfortable, and a lot of times, like, I can't tell you how many times I'd rather just disappear and be like, whatever, they can figure it out on their own, right? Or not, like, it's up to them. And then, you'll find yourself staying in that situation until you finally are taught your part of the lesson in terms of, like, speaking up when you need to. So I found that, during those experiences, good or bad, sometimes we walk away and we kind of don't really have a sense of closure aside from the fact that, you said what you needed to say. And sometimes, like, we can't control whether or not people listen to what we have to say or take action steps and integrate what it is that you say, because they have free will. And sometimes if you happen to experience, let's say, like a not negative, but like kind of like a fallout or something where you feel confused, like, why did it have to be this way? Like, it didn't have to be this way. Why did it turn out this way, etc., etc. Sometimes if you're someone like me, where you kind of like think about it a lot, and think about different possibilities or different ways that it could have unfolded, but it's like you kind of get almost, I wouldn't say stuck, but you think about, like, why did it have to be this way? Why did I have to be there? I always get this image through my meditations when I see that. It's like this giant white rhino. And this giant white rhino would be, like, in a room, and it's huge. So it's like just standing there, right? And I would get the message from Spirit saying that, your impact is felt even if you're not in the room with them. Okay, whether they take your message to heart, whether they apply it or not, it's really not up to you to control. And your job is to know through that visualization that your impact is felt, whether it is your energy, whether it is your words, whether it is you calling them out, or just knowing that even though you're no longer in the same space as these people, that you made a difference in the way that you needed to. Like, and that's all you need to know, right? You don't know how, you don't need to know how you made a difference. You don't need to know when you made a difference, what difference it was. All you need to know is that you made an impact in some way. Because when I see that white rhino, I always see, it's very unique. You don't really see white rhinoceroses often, and you don't usually see them in a living room or a kitchen, right? Like, if that was a real thing, like, people would notice it. They'd be like, oh my gosh. And they can't really avoid it because it's right there. It's huge. It's unique. It has its presence there. It takes up space. And even if you've tried to move around it, you still are aware that it's there. So I feel like, if you're ever in that space where you kind of keep wondering to yourself, what was it all about? Like, sometimes in life, the lessons that happen, because we all are here to teach each other things and we learn from each other. Sometimes the lesson is not for you, hence why it's confusing for you and you feel like you don't really have closure. The lesson is mostly for the person you're interacting with or the environment that you were in previously. The lesson was for them to solve in their own time, in their own way. And, I've learned this a long time ago that some of the biggest lessons that we can give to people, and on the higher perspective, it is love, right? It's because you do things out of love, even though it can be confusing on a lower level 3D experience. Sometimes the biggest lesson you can give someone is to walk away from them and to love them far away. Your absence, your removal of your energy from that space, from those people, is a consequence for the choices that they have made at the time, and continue to make, let's say, because, you know, timelines are fluid and all that. And again, only you will know whether or not this message resonates with you, because soul contracts are very tricky sometimes, you know. It's the difference between walking away temporarily and just kind of doing your own thing and just kind of, you know, keeping the door open, versus like you were here to show them a certain way of doing something and they continuously don't do it. Sometimes you have to walk away in order for them to kind of really understand what they have lost. You know, there are some people in your lives that you will meet on your journey where they leave a lasting impression. They're either their energy is very like specific, it's very healing, whether they, you know, and it can be like a good thing, it can be like, you know, a jarring thing, it can be triggering, right? Like maybe they invoked a lot of like tower moments or things that they helped shake things up that were on really shaky foundations already. Like there are some people that you will meet on your journey that, you know, are people that you see once in a lifetime, and you'll remember them, right? Whether it's good memories or bad memories, like you will remember it depending on how you interpret that time upon meeting them. And so I always think that, you know, if you see someone like that, know that they are a gift. Know that they are here to help you either way, whether it is to shake things up, to remove things that no longer are in alignment with this new version of you and for what you want in the future, or they're here and their energy is just very healing. Maybe they have words of wisdom that you can feel it in your soul when you hear them, and to appreciate them when they are with you because you never know what happens. You know, life is a very interesting thing. Timelines are very fluid. Soul contracts are beyond what we can really know and or control, really. So when you are around people who have that energy, that vibe, that white rhinoceros type of like energy with them, you should appreciate them. You should understand that they are rare. But anyways, I hope this video helps someone out there, and if it does, please feel free to like my video, share it, and for those who have been on my journey for this whole time, thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, and I will talk to you later. Okay, bye.